Hello guys, welcome back to Money Sense with Miss T. My name is Tendo Dlo and I am your financial coach. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Really appreciate your continued support, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with as many people as you can in your circle and like this video. I know it might just be something as simple as pressing a button for you, but I want you to know that this means the absolute world to me. So on today's episode, we will be talking about doing one thing, guys. Doing one thing, which is getting out of debt. If on your money journey, you are prioritizing getting out of debt or reducing your debt to an acceptable level as a form of your money goals for 2024 or Vision 2024 or Vision 2030. All right, let's begin. So guys, we are all on a money journey, right? And if on your money journey and part of your goals for 2024 is to get out of debt or to reduce your debts to a significant level or to an acceptable level, this video is definitely for you. I'm going to equip and empower you. I'm going to give you the tools that are necessary to move you from where you are to ideally where you want to get to, right? And again, if really debt features so much in your personal finances this year, I want you to focus on it this year. I want you to do this one thing and one thing only, and focus on smashing as much debt as you can, even before you start thinking about, investing in shares and doing all of those wonderful things. Because the truth of the matter is, the interest that you are going to incur or the interest that you are going to pay to service these debts is usually going to be much higher than the interest that you are going to earn over time on these investments. So the best investment, if you think about it, if you are in debt right now, is for you to get out of debt in the quickest possible time. And I'm going to show you how to go about doing that. All right, so I've got simple steps approach, and I've got a template that I will actually do a separate video where I'm showing you on a tutorial how to go about doing this. But it's simple steps, guys. What you first of all need to do is to define your debt landscape, right? And what that means is understanding or lining up your creditors. So who do I owe? Is it a financial services institution? So is it a bank? Is it individuals that I owe? Is it retailers that I owe? So you want to line all of those creditors down from top to bottom. And then next to that, in the next column, you want to line out the outstanding balance for these debts, right? And I know for most of us, the only way we understand debt is through what we see on our bank statements, which is the minimum payments that we are servicing for this debt. But I want you to take the statements for all of these creditors and read what the outstanding debt is. So how much do I actually owe, right? And guys, for purposes of this, for this exercise, I'm not talking about your home loan or, your even your vehicle financing, which is usually like big ticket items. I'm talking about all the other debts, right? So yeah, so outstanding debt. And then in the next column, what you then want to put down is your minimum payment, the one that you see on your budget and the one that you would typically see on your bank statement every single month, because I believe that you are servicing your minimum payments on a monthly basis, right? And then the last thing that you want to also do to just understand, the cost of this debt is to also take that statement and then in the fourth column, then insert the interest that you are being charged to basically use this level of financing. Okay, so very important to do this exercise so that you can see a holistic picture of what your debt landscape looks like. All right. And then once you've determined the debt landscape, the next obvious thing, or the next step for you to do is to then come up with a payment strategy, right? The payment strategy that I'm going to talk about today is called the Snowball Method. I hope you've heard about it, but if you've never heard about it, very simple concept, and one that I have used with my clients over and over again, and they have reported over and over again, the success rates around, having been in debt at the beginning of the year, and by the end of the year, they have actually smashed more debt than they had initially planned for, they had initially thought they would be able to smash, right? And what the snowball method basically says is, what you are basically doing is lining up your debts from smallest to biggest, right? So still use that landscape that I spoke to you about. So just line up all your debts, right, from smallest to biggest, but in terms of your outstanding balance, right? Okay, so let's just say you've got a clothing account, a personal loan, and a credit card, right? And the balances for all of these three are, let's say, 5,000, 10,000, and 15,000 in that order, right? So that's how you want to line them up from smallest to biggest, right? And what you then want to do as part of the snowball strategy is focus on making sure that you are putting all of your efforts, guys, all of your efforts to smash this first goal with which relates to the store card first, right? So you'll continue to pay the minimum payments for these other two line items, for these other two debts. But when it comes to this first one, the clothing, the store card one, right? You are going to really go to town, try and hustle, try and get gigs to make sure that you are paying over and above the minimum payment for this first goal, right? I mean, why am I calling it a goal? For this first debt, right? Yeah. So once you have smashed the first debt, right? What you need to now do is, remember, now you've got additional funds, right? So let's say maybe you were servicing this 5,000 debt with 1,000 every month, right? Now you've got an additional 1,000 that you're not going to, now go use for other things. Why? Because our goal, guys, is to do one thing and one thing alone this year. Our goal is to get out of debt. So what you're going to do is you're going to redirect this 1,000 that you were servicing, this clothing account, which we have now maybe closed, or which we have now fully paid and serviced for, and we are going to reallocate it into our second debt, which was our personal loan. So if, for instance, we were contributing 500 as a minimum payment, now we are contributing what? 1,500 as our installment on a monthly basis. And that is snowball defined. When your efforts, right, grow and or compound or become bigger and bigger over time. And that's exactly what you want to do with how you tackle debt in the quickest possible time. And guys, the reason I absolutely advocate for the snowball method of getting out of debt versus the avalanche method, which basically says you pay for the most expensive debt, because that's the one in terms of interest, right? So if you were to line up all your debts and you would select basically channeling all your efforts towards paying off the debt that has the highest interest rate, which is it's the debt that's basically costing you the most. The reason I don't like that strategy is because it doesn't attend to, or it doesn't address our psychology or our behavior, which is, guys, if you think about it, when it comes to personal finances, really, right? 80%, experts say, is attributed to our behavior when it comes to personal finance success. And the 20% is attributed to the maths, the mechanics, right? Which is what I think the avalanche method sort of seeks to achieve, right? But the snowball method, right, is achieving the 80% part, the behavior part. But also outside of the behavior part, we are outside of being creatures of habits, we are also creatures that are encouraged when we see ourselves win. So whenever you see yourself, ticking off and winning with the first debt, which is very small, right? And you see yourself winning and getting out of debt, it encourages you. And Dave Ramsey actually says it gives you gazelle intensity to go after and attack the next goal, which is why then, right, you are able to even, tick off or achieve your goals quicker, because now you see that you are winning, you see that you are actually smashing your goals, you see that you are achieving your goals in the quickest possible time. And guys, if this is your kind of content, please do not forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comment section if you are in debt, and if you are definitely going to use the snowball method, or if you prefer to use the avalanche method. And yeah, don't forget also to like this video. I'll see you next time.